Sincere the Rock Boy, Chicago native, born and raised, man. So tell me about the streets, man. Tell me what happened from the time you weren't saved and being saved, and how the streets adapted to your walk, or how you adapted to the streets, or what's going on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't really nothing to adapt to. I was raised in the streets, so that wasn't a hard transition at all. Like I said, I was raised in Inglewood, so I mean, it's not like a Mayberry type of town, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was pretty much gang affiliate from birth, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And when I came of age, you know what I'm saying, I joined a gang that was around my neighborhood. All my guys was at that time, which was GD, which was folks, you know what I'm saying? Right. And it was interesting, you know what I'm saying? So
mm-hmm.
from that point at age, I think 15, if I'm correct, you know what I'm saying, is when I got plugged and ran the streets with my guys, did some stick-ups, snatched some purses, banged some cats. It was what it was. Got whooped some cats, you know.
Right.
You know how it worked, man.
Right.
It was that life, man. And actually, man, before I even got saved, man, I got tired of it. You know what I'm saying? I think I got about 18, man, and I started wrapping my mind around this is lame.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The cats that we was protecting and was running with, man, it was all about them. They had no interest in us. We was just foot soldiers to them. We were just protection and security, so they get paid and we got the scraps. You know what I'm saying? So I always been an intelligent cat, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't run for education. My pops, you know what I'm saying, though he wasn't the most, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote father,
right,
you know what I'm saying, he definitely always believed in me getting my education along with my mom's. And so I tried the streets, man. It really wasn't me. I couldn't see me going to jail. I did a little bit of time, but nothing major. It wasn't me, man. And I said, man, I'm gonna go to school and see how that worked for me, man.
So how did you pull yourself out of that? Because I mean, you know, for those that don't know how Chicago operates, or for those that aren't affiliated in the gang, or for those that are, that may want to transition and get out of that,
no doubt.
You know, how did you pull yourself from that lifestyle?
You know what, bro? I pulled myself from the lifestyle when I went away to school.
Okay.
When I went away to school, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, I pulled myself out of the atmosphere, but the lifestyle was still in me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm still at school gangbanging. I'm still at school, you know what I'm saying, hunting down chicks, banging them, you know what I'm saying, smoking, blowing back weed, you know what I'm saying, acting a fool, you know what I'm saying? And so, though I was uprooted from the hood wasn't uprooted from me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And actually, that's when Christ came into play. When Christ came into play, that's actually when he uprooted the hood from me. He took the Egypt out of my heart. And then from that point, I was able to live in it.
So that transition came from college?
I mean, nah. Transition came with me trying to do better, but I still wasn't doing better.
I mean, when did you get saved? I mean, you said, because I know it was in that time period. Were you in school when you got saved? Or?
I had already got kicked out of NIU.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I was at I was at a community college.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at a community college, you know what I'm saying? I was going part-time, not working, pretty much in my mom's basement, blowing back weed and blowing out the backs of wasp rats, you know what I'm saying? Just keeping it 100 with you.
Right.
You know, and then Christ found me in that state, you know what I'm saying? That was the state my mindset was in. So I wasn't necessarily running through the hood with gats, and at that point in time I was still in school, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what I knew. I got kicked out of school, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, man, I wasn't living worth anything with no purpose in mind.
Okay. So when did you really see yourself transitioning? I mean, did you just dive in and say, you know what, I'm living for this is what it is? Or was it, I want to know more about the transition part from coming from the streets into Christianity that young of age.
At that young of age, though, bro, well, it pivots in one day. You know what I'm saying? I had a Paul experience where I was knocked off my high horse, and I guess the best way I would be able to explain this to you, explaining that day to you, then it'll make sense of why I ran, you know what I'm saying, ran into the faith the way I did. And on one particular night in particular, I had this chick in my mom's crib in the basement. And we going back and forth, chiefing, blowing back, watching TV. And I fell asleep. You know what I'm saying? I fell asleep on her, fell asleep on the TV, and I woke up. And when I woke up, I felt like someone was standing over me. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of blew it off. You know what I'm saying? I started coughing and wheezing. So I walked to the faucet to get some water. You know what I'm saying? When I got the water, I tried to swallow it, and it felt like a hand was inside of my throat. And I involuntarily spit the water back up. You know what I'm saying? Which was odd. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, in my pride, I kind of shun it off. You know what I'm saying? I go sit back down on the bed. Shorty could tell something wrong in my face. She asked me, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I said, nothing. I just need to lay down. So I go to lay down. In the midst of me laying down, I looked down at my arms, and they're transparent. I could look through my arms and see the bed. It was as if I was being erased off of the face of the earth.
Wow.
You know, it was crazy. And that, when I saw that, I sat back up and started panicking. In the midst of me panicking, I hit the remote control to the TV. When I hit the remote control to the TV, it turned from what we was watching to the Devil's Advocate. And the Devil's Advocate came as clear as day across the bottom of the digital TV. And I started bugging. It was like God was speaking to me. It's almost like as if he was cornering me. So from that point, man, my heart rate started increasing. You know, I actually felt like my soul was slipping out of my body. I jump up, grab the phone, thinking I can at least call the ambulance, at least they'll be on their way if I pass out. Pick up the phone to call the ambulance. I don't get a dial tone. I get a busy signal without hitting a button. So I got this phone blaring in my ear. I'm about to pass out, dog. Before I pass out, I start screaming at the top of my lungs. I fold, hit my knees, and start screaming. At first, I said, "Lord, I love you." And the phone said, "Click." And I just start screaming at the top of my lungs. I give my all to you. I give my all to you. Because I knew if I was dying, then God had to be the one there taking my life. And he was the one that would be able to spare my life. So I cried out to him.
Wow.
And I start screaming at the top of my lungs, I give my all to you. I give my all to you. And I'm rocking back and forth on my knees on this concrete floor so hard my knees is bleeding. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden the phone said click. And I got the dial tone. I'm bugging. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, dog, I can't put this in words, y'all. And I know people were like, how can you describe this? I can see him and I can feel him, but I couldn't see him with these eyes. And he walked to the back of my basement stairs and he stopped. And I hear him as clear as the day is long. I heard him say, come. And I began to walk over to him. And I knew where he was without seeing him. And I reached my hand out, shivering like a leaf, reluctant. And I touched him. And when I touched him, this power surged through my arm and filled my whole body. And the symptoms stopped. My heart rate went back to normal. I gained strength in my body. I felt sound again. So I said, thank you. And started walking away from the Lord. And as I began to walk away from the Lord, saying thank you, giving me strength to sin another day, the symptoms started all over again. My knees began to buckle. I felt like I was wearing my body like it was a suit. You know what I'm saying? And then finally, I'm like, I got frustrated. I said, what do you want from me? Talking to God. What do you want from me? I don't know what to do. I ain't no church boy. You know what I'm saying? And from that point, he said, go retrieve your Bible. And at this time, I had one of them little itty bitty orange New Testament Bibles.
right.
Everybody get for free. You know what I'm saying? Just got Proverbs, Psalms, and the New Testament in it. And I grabbed that off the top of my dresser. It was collecting dust. You know what I'm saying? I ran upstairs. I forgot Shorty was even there. Ran upstairs, cracked the Bible open. I said, what do you want me to... Well, I ain't even open it. I put it down. I said, Lord, what do you want me to open it to? And he said, just open it. And when I opened it, I began to read this Bible. But as I read it, it wasn't the Bible I know now. It was as if God, not as if, God was speaking to me through the Bible, through each line. He was telling me, this day you shall be saved. This day will I use you to influence thousands and start going on about my life. And then I would go to ask God a question. And the answer would be in the next paragraph. Bananas.
Super bananas.
From that point, man, I closed up the book. Told Shorty, you gotta go. Kicked out the crib. I sat there, man, probably about 2 hours just reading the Bible, though.
Okay.
Reading the Bible, and my life ain't been the same. So you saying what caused me to do this thing,
and
man?
What was it? Fear?
It was that day.
That day.
That fear.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In God that birthed into love.
Wow. Definitely out of body experience. You know, a lot of people couldn't put that into form. Like, do I gotta go through all that to know Jesus?
Nah, I hope not.
Right.
I hope not.
Right.
I call that mercy because I really believe that God was coming to take my life that day.
Okay.
I believe he was really coming to take my life that day, and I begged for mercy. You know, and as merciful as he is and loving as he is, he heard my plea and he granted mercy.
So that day happened. The next day, your boys coming at you, the same old, same friends, none of that.
Something happened, bro. That day, I wasn't the same. My boys didn't come at me. I came at them. I hit the block. You know what I'm saying? I hit the block, and I'm coming at them, telling them what happened to me, testifying. I didn't know. I didn't have a lot of word in me. I ain't know nothing about this church thing. All I knew was I had an experience and that God was real.
Okay.
And I began telling everybody on the block know what I'm saying? Man, dog, let me tell you what happened to me. And some cats looking at me, and some cats calling and start rumors going around. I'm on crack, and you know how it is, dog. Yeah, I'm a clucker now. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I was just on the corner with you. But it was what it was, man. And but one of my guys, man, one of my best buddies, dog, he heard me, dog. And I preached to the dude for about an hour, and he just tears streamed down his cheek because he knew. I thought it was because he was gonna get saved, but I come to find out later he knew that we would never be the same. That our relationship would never be the same. We'd never have that bond that we had since we was in 2nd grade or whatever.
Right.
You know, and I'm still praying for him.
Wow.
You know?